Shalom from Jerusalem. This is Uriel, LCP, Independent News, Jerusalem, Israel. We're here this afternoon at the Western Wall, and your name is, sir?
David Joseph.
David Joseph. And David, what is your profession? What is your business here in Israel?
I'm self-employed. I'm here visiting the Holy Land.
Well, good for you. Now, according to what the news media throughout the world are saying, that Iran possibly might have the so-called nuclear weapon in 6 months to a year. What do you think about Ahmadinejad and the so-called regime that 5 years later sanctions have not worked?
Nothing more than a very loud barking dog, and he should be treated that way. If he does have the bomb, we will eliminate it the way we have in the past. If he doesn't, let him continue to bark. He poses no threat other than what God will allow to this country.
Now, the Obama administration has been in power for maybe 3 years or so, and they have refused even to put more sanctions or bring more sanctions against the Iranian regime. You live in America, right?
Yes.
And what would you say about this so-called administration or the so-called President Obama in America?
What was not addressed properly during the debate whether he's a Christian or not is he is a Muslim, because the Muslim and Christian worlds both hold by patrilineal descent. So the religion of your father defines your religion. The fact that he prayed in a Christian church for 20 years is meaningless. His father is a Muslim, he is a Muslim, and I would expect nothing other than compassion for the Muslim world from President Obama. So this is not a surprise to me.
Good answer. And one final question. As we speak, Abu Mazen, Mahmoud Abbas, the so-called Palestinian leader here in Israel, has met with the so-called Hamas leader, Mashal, and they're trying to form a unity government. You know that Hamas just allowed Gilad Shalit to come home after 5 years of torture. And now Abu Mazen is defying not just Israel, but the entire world by forming a so-called unity government with Hamas. King Abdullah yesterday met with Abu Mazen, and the United States representative also met with Abu Mazen to see where they're going with this issue. What do you think about Abu Mazen, and what do you think about his thugs in Ramallah?
I think he's illegitimate. His entire regime is illegitimate. And lahavdil, that means to differentiate, the way the Vatican has never realized and recognized the state of Israel. Israel has no business recognizing the Palestinians. They don't exist.
So if you're listening to this interview, we're asking you to pressure your government leaders throughout the world to pressure so-called this regime in Iran. 5 years of sanctions have not worked, and we understand that Canada, Britain, and the American administration will impose more sanctions on this so-called regime in Iran. We understand that Ahmadinejad will fire his missiles as far as Tel Aviv and Jerusalem. He has also denied the Holocaust. So we're asking you for you to contact your government leaders. This is Uriel, LCP, Independent News, Jerusalem, Israel.